Hi there viewers, today I'm here again with more Helldivers lore. Last time I told you the extent of the Super Earth's lies and propaganda, but now I'm going to tell you about the people known as dissidents. Dissidents are people who oppose authority, especially tyrants. And as in this game, the word dissidents is spewed here and there, but if you look to see that Super Earth doesn't deal with these individuals in a democratic way, with conversations with the shipmaster, we learn that she really hates traitors to Super Earth. She even gets enjoyment from the dissident executions. But the way she words it is very interesting. She called the executions a boost to crew morale. Almost as if these executions are somehow in some way broadcasted or in public. If you're out on the field on any planet helldiving, you may come across a forklift, and if you inspect it, the description says it lifts things common for a forklift, but at the end of the description it says something interesting. It says it's used for holding pins for dissidents. As a personal headcanon, I like to think that these pins are what they hold the dissidents before their executions. But don't be fooled, these dissidents are not just helpless victims. They have been trying to strike back at Super Earth in their own ways in their small efforts. In earlier versions of the game, if you talk to the technician, she'd say that there was an incident at a factory and that the dissidents were in some way involved with 27 deaths, claiming that it was quote-unquote on poor working conditions. But I cannot completely confirm or deny if this statement is true or not, because out in the field, there is a data entry in front of a lot of rubble that says, in short, the workers were unsatisfied with long hours, dark tunnels, and some of the mines being structurally questionable. This data entry was actually a response from Super Earth to these concerns. Super Earth saying that they address these issues and say that these workers can work in a happy environment. But of course, this data entry sits outside a collapsed mine. So the idea of poor work environment isn't entirely off the table. I can say, however, that the dissidents are striking back by causing rumors and making the broadcast that we destroy on for the side mission. The dissidents are spreading memory rumors about like where the Terminates came from and what purpose they served and how the outbreak came, as well as rumors of any Helldivers that return from a mission but fail get sent to freedom camps. If you're unlike my teammates and you wait a moment before you blow this broadcast tower to smithereens, you can see that the message they're broadcasting is actually these rumors and the truth behind where the Terminates came from. In retaliation to these dissidents, Super Earth has us Helldivers go and destroy these broadcasts, as well as any citizens of Super Earth to report any and all individuals who seem to be questioning the amazing democracy of Super Earth. But you may be wondering, how does this apply at all to our technician on the ship? She seems so eager and happy and downright just excited just to work for Super Earth and with Helldivers. Our technician clearly loves Super Earth, and she's in fact the only person who says thank you to us Helldivers for what we do. In one of the lines with the technician, she says that she wished everyone, even the enemies, felt the liberty that she has for Super Earth. But she understands that this is not possible and knows that we Helldivers have just to blow the enemies away to smithereens. Our technician sounds like the most perfect supporter of Super Earth and her great love for democracy and liberty. But it's because of this enthusiasm is what puts her at risk for being executed, possibly, from the shipmaster, I believe. When talking to the technician, she will have a line that says that she sometimes wishes she could visit back home to sit with her family for a family meal and renew their citizen vows. And if you talk with the shipmaster, there's one line in particular where she goes that she's been hearing some of the crewmates talk about what would they do when the war's over. She was unhappy with this conversation, and so she whipped those soldiers in place. I'm uncertain if the shipmaster doesn't want to name names, or if there's other people in the crew who have similar thoughts as the technician, or if simply the technician is influencing other crewmates for thoughts of going back home. In a personal theory, I think this is why we have a democracy officer on our ship as well, where the shipmaster states that he's here to make sure that we are the best citizen possible. Super Earth might be aware that the technician is just an absolute diehard for Super Earth and all its efforts, but yet still see her teetering on the idea of fantasies for her enemies becoming liberated, as well as her ideas of wanting to go back home for a holiday. I do not see the technician ever becoming a dissident. In fact, in one of her newer lines, she says that she reported a dissident from the barracks and thus earned herself some more citizen points and an extra trip to the doctor once a year. The technician wants everyone to feel the same liberties she has, but she has no fear in striking down the enemies of Super Earth at the first glance. But it's the idea that the fact that she teeter-totters between these ideologies that Super Earth might not see her the same and might classify her as a dissident prematurely. Well, that's all I have for you today, and this was in fact my longest script yet, and so I would be grateful if you like, share with your friends and all that. And for my YouTube viewers, would you please subscribe? It does you no harm, and you would only see more of my content pop up not only in your algorithm but someone else's as well if you spread it around. So please, thank you.